There's my albino Oscar and the bumblebee cichlids, a lot of rockfish. Just look at how nice and clear the water is. Turtles have a very high bio load. They poop a lot. This is just a necessary thing to do. You want to keep up with the pond. Since I have turtles in it, it's kind of fun when you go on an adventure in your own front yard looking for some of your turtles. Hey, what's going on everybody? Kenan here. We got the kids, Sophia and Leo, they're hanging out, and today I'm just gonna kind of clean up my front ecosystem pond, my aquascape ecosystem pond. I got some things ready. It's time. Because I live in Florida and because I can't keep a lot of plants in the water in this pond because I've got so many turtles, and turtles really do a number on the plants, we do get a little bit dirtier than normal down here. Usually you'd only have to do this once a year up north, but down here in Florida, I got to do it twice a year and just change the filter pads out. We got to make sure that we spray down some of the rocks, try and get all this sediment over to the sump pump where I'm just going to pump it out, and probably bring the level down pretty low and try and catch as many of the fish as I can, keep them in that black tub just to get things going. And then, time allowing, I'm probably going to get over here and just clean out the reservoir, because this pond has been cleaned out, but I want to check the pumps, clean out Sophia's pond. But don't worry, because we will be seeing a lot of turtles. I'll be talking about them, and it'll be a fun video. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and as things happen, I'll break off and I'll be back to talk to you about some of the animals we encounter. Sometimes Leo's good at finding critters, and I know Sophia is awesome at finding lizards all over the place. So I'm going to get to work right now, and let's make this look really nice and pretty for the turtles. Here's some pink belly side necks right there. All right, here we go. All right, so we've got the pump going. We got some pond water filled up in here in case I need to get some fish out once it gets a little bit thinner. But the funny thing is you'll notice just how dirty turtles are. And I wanted to show you the biofalls. You can see here, there is a lot of schmegma on the actual filter pads. So I'm gonna pull these out. We're gonna spray these off. They're very heavy. Look out, kids. I don't want to splash the children's. Ah, that stuff's heavy, man. Yeah, you're in your bathing suits, but you don't want that gross turtle poop on you, do you? No. Yeah, okay, I didn't think so. These kids, I love them. All right, now we get this out. Oh boy. Get this out, and I'm probably going to shop vac out the rest of the water in here and just really clean this giant filter out. I'll tell you though, once every 6 months is no big deal, and I do it when I notice that the water isn't staying as clear. Again, if I were able, oh, I lost a slipper. Hey, what's going on there, thong? Get back over here. Oh my God. Holy smokes. You see that? Crazy. Yeah, so I clean it when I notice that the water's not staying clear, and we don't want to overload these ponds. But hey, listen, this is, believe it or not, I enjoy working on my ecosystem pond. I want to figure out how I can get more marginal plants, because if I can get some more plants in here, look at this, guys. Look, this was a water lily, okay, and as you can see, the turtles just don't like keeping plants alive here. So maybe what I'll do is, after I spray all this down and try and get rid of all this muck, what I can try and do is get some marginal plants here, maybe wall it off somehow so that the water can get in, but the turtles can't. We'll see, I don't know. But that is a challenge. Here's a little crocodile skull right there. Real? Yes, it is. Isn't that cool? Real cool. All right, let's see. Let's see. What else do we got? All right, this water's going down. What happened? Are you getting bit?
No, my leg got pricked.
Oh, you got hit by that agave plant. Look out, buddy. All right, I'm gonna spray these off, guys, and I'll be back. Okay, so Sophia and I got the fish out. I'm sure we missed a few, but hopefully the water will fill up quick and they'll be able to survive, because there are so many rocks, it's hard to kind of get them out. You are going to wind up losing some, but luckily for me, these guys really reproduce quickly, so it is kind of a bummer, but we got the fish out, we got the big Oscar out, so we're just going to let this fill up. We're going to break for lunch, jump in the pond in the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot, very hot. All right, we're going to do that, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, here we are. We've been filling up the pond. You can see it's already much cleaner. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the pumps and we're gonna get these guys going. And that'll be that. Then we can have some fun here in a little bit. So the pumps start moving into the skimmer. And look at how powerful they'll just start pulling everything in. I gotta do this, like I said, once every 6 months. And it's kind of a cool thing to do, and I'll tell you why. You might think, oh, I don't want to do this, too much work. Well, number one, if you want to have these animals, it is going to be work. There's no way around it. We're dealing with living things. Here goes the pump. The waterfall's starting to go. But what I like about it is it gives me an opportunity to kind of see the animals. I get to handle them. I get to just make sure they're doing well. And also just what's going on in the pond. You know, the maintenance is super important so that I know that this pond is functioning properly. So I kind of like this work. I'm gonna let this thing run. I'm gonna pick it back up here in a moment and we're gonna play with some turtles. I'll show you who's been living out here. So I wanna wait till tomorrow morning. I'll pop back out. The water will be much clearer and then we can really get in there and I can show you just all the things that are happening in these little ecosystems that Aquascape has been so gracious enough to give me here at the camp. We got some fish swimming in there now. I'll tell you what, see you tomorrow. All right, so the pond is done. It is looking awesome, man. The turtles are out. We got some of the painted river terrapins. These are Vadiger borneensis right here. Really, really cool little turtles. Got these guys from our friend Mark Cantos a few years ago. They're growing nicely. These guys are actually related to the Vadiger affinis, or the royal river terrapin that I have in the back pond that is eventually going to become the gator pond. So these guys are very similar. They get very large. They are a large brackish water turtle. That's why they're called a terrapin. I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you may. But here in the United States, oh, I scared it. I almost fell myself. Here in the United States, we have tortoises, turtles, and terrapins. When we're talking about terrapins, we're talking about animals that are in brackish water. They're basically turtles, but they live in brackish water. Turtles, of course, are any aquatic turtle and box turtles. Any animal that has toes and a shell, rather. Any chelonian that has toes in the shell. And then, of course, tortoises, which have elephantine legs. Now, if we look over here, I just wanted to give you that bit of info. If we look over here, we've got the pink belly side necks. But again, guys, look at how nice and clear the water is. It's been running all night. This is just a necessary thing to do. You want to keep up with the pond. Since I have turtles in it, very important to make sure that the water quality is good. And again, turtles have a very high bio load. They poop a lot. So we got to make sure that we keep this ecosystem clean. And the cool thing about it is I have to do this once every 6 months. So really not that big of a chore. Not to mention we're in full sun, so it's always beating down on the water. And because I can't really keep a lot of plants in here because of the turtles eating them, you do have to change the water and do a little maintenance. So no big deal, really stoked, but I just love the fact that we're seeing all the fish. There's my albino Oscar and the bumblebee cichlids. Really cool, and some mbuna cichlids, a lot of rockfish. So really cool habitat for all these guys. Now, funny thing is as I'm feeding them, you know, I really love feeding them. Obviously, Fluker's been helping me out. This is their buffet blend. It's a really cool blend of nutritious foods for these guys. We've got the pellets, we've got some krill in there. They throw in a little mealworms. So it's a really nice, you know, I'm always talking about variety with these animals. So in this one little container, we have a little variety for the aquatic turtles, and they do the same thing for their tortoises, and actually all their reptile foods are going to have a lot of variety. So again, here's Sophia's pond. Water quality is very good, so I'm probably going to leave this. You can see there's some algae on the rocks, but that doesn't necessarily bother me. It's the water quality. When I notice that the water has become kind of soiled, that lets me know that the pumps are either kind of blocked up a little bit with leaf matter and organic debris, or in the waterfalls over here, they probably have a little bit, they're due for a change because it's got some filter pads in there as well. Remember, they are biofalls. So I'm going to throw some food in here and see who's going to wake up. Now, usually there's some turtles hanging out underneath this log. So I like to throw some food close to the log, and then sometimes the food will stick, and turtles have an incredibly keen sense of smell. So they'll smell it, they'll come out, and they'll eat a little bit. I've got, oh, look at this. Here's a Reeves turtle. Really cool little turtle. Come here, girl. She'll see that food and come back. She's a little shy right now. Normally I feed these guys a little bit later in the afternoon. Right now it's kind of the hottest part of the day, but them being in water, it's no big deal. So we're just gonna give these guys a little bit of food, and she should kind of come back. I see her shell there. Here she comes. She's gonna come back and start chasing it. Now, Reeves turtles are from mainland. They're from Taiwan. They're also from mainland China. And they're a really cool little species of turtle. They don't get large. This is an adult female. They get a little bit bigger than that. Adult males are gonna get black and stay smaller than the females. But these guys are really cute, very personable little turtles, and I absolutely love them. So these guys, they can overwinter here in Florida and even a little bit further north. They do hibernate, so that's good too. They're cold tolerant. So I like them because, you know, there's not much to worry about, and they've got such personalities, and they're so much fun to watch go about their business. They also wander about on land often. But again, just love their inquisitiveness. I just love how they move around. We've also got baby wood turtles in here. I saw them yesterday, haven't seen them yet today. But the other turtles that I want to show you are the Malaysian box turtles. Now, right now, these guys are going to be hiding out because it is sunny. So they're going to be found probably up here. And this is another cool part of the front garden, if you will, the front yard. And that is the fact that I've got all these plants. I got to cover back up this valve as I was cleaning yesterday. Had to open that valve, so I'm glad I saw that. But in addition to the tortoises, we've got these box turtles. Now, where could they be? Let's see. It's kind of fun when you go on an adventure in your own front yard looking for some of your turtles. Now, what I've been noticing and what I wanted to show you guys, really cool. Here, wait. Probably got some in here. Oh no, that's not a good thing. I'll just spread this around. These guys will sniff it out later. What do we got? What do we got? Nobody. Where'd everybody go? I promise I've got some box turtles here. Let's see. There's the radiateds. Now you'll notice I've got these mangoes here, right? The mangoes fall, and then in the afternoon when it cools off, from the radiateds all the way to my Malaysian box turtles, they all cruise over and they nibble away at the food. But what's kind of funny right now is I can't find any box turtles. Now this is weird. There's about 15 of them in here, so they are probably hiding. In the meantime, I did just see, as I was walking by, this wood turtle who just swam into here. There is a wood turtle swimming around underneath. There it is. That's one of the grandest, smaller grandest right there. Let's get some food in there. Probably woke him up and he didn't get any. But what I got to do now is find my Malaysian box turtles. So I'm going to leave this so I don't spill any more of it. Let's go, guys. I got to show you the Malaysian box turtles. I'm there. see everybody's kind of hanging out in the shade, all the radiateds. This is a common occurrence. Oh, there we go. Here's a Malaysian box turtle. And I love these. These guys are becoming more and more rare. Now, these guys are much more aquatic than our box turtles here in the United States. They're related to the Chinese box turtle. Basically, they're a Quora genus. So they're a member of that genus, and they are true box turtles in that they have a hinge and they can close themselves up into their shell. But the Malaysian box turtles, these guys are found way over, really widely dispersed in Southeast Asia and Indonesia. Basically, these guys live in rice paddies, slow-moving streams, basically shallow, fresh water all over the place. And they really love to hang out in there. I see these guys in my ponds all the time. They're pretty decent swimmers. They are not, it's so funny, I wouldn't classify them as strong swimmers, but they're good swimmers. So they are definitely able to move about into ponds and stuff. The problem is so many people see box turtle, and when these guys were imported in the early 90s en masse, there were so many of them, people would just keep them as a regular box turtle, and meaning our North American species. And so that always proved detrimental to them because they would not survive very long in captivity, only because they were kept on land and they were too dry. So as I said, these guys love shallow water. These little streams that we've created here for them just work perfectly. Now, they do move about on land. They come out, they eat the mangoes that fall. They're an omnivore. They're going to eat invertebrates. They're also going to be eating fruits and vegetables and grasses. So they're really cool, but they are a tropical species, so they've got to be kept warm and they don't hibernate. Other members of their genus, the Quora, certain members of that genus can take cooler temps, like my Chinese box turtles, the Quora flavomarginata. Those guys, which stay with Guapo and Lola, actually can hibernate nicely. So yeah, well, over here, these guys love to eat our fluker food. So I have some food right here. And let's see if we can get this one to eat on camera. Usually they will. This stuff's hard to do with one hand, but let me see if I could just throw a few pellets out at her and see if she'll sniff them out. Oh yeah, their noses, as I said, their noses are really good. So once they start to see that food, they should really get into eating it. Come on, little one. Well, I guess not. I guess this one's just more interested on getting out of here, right down in the water and into the shade. Pretty cool though. So these guys are a great little species, and you'll notice that they're really, they used to be imported a lot, as I mentioned, but what's happening now is they're being less and less seen in the trade because they've been basically fished out, turtled out, however you want to say it, over collected for the pet trade and food trade. So the group I have here came from the Turtle Survival Alliance, and it's just all about keeping these guys happy and healthy. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. That was my friendly neighborhood mailman. He just wanted to make sure that he was able to pick up a package. I accidentally took a package that Kate left for him to be mailed. All right, well, there you go. We've got turtles. We learned a little bit about different species that I have in the front ponds. There are going to be some more. Look at this right now. Right in the biofalls. Huh? How cool is that? That's what's fun, man. The animals can wander about as they like. They can use whatever water sources we have here, including actually hanging out inside the pond waterfall. Very cool, inside the biofall. So, all right, people, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Learned a little bit about the 3 different species. Yeah, 3 different species, 4 different species that I have here in the front yard. There will be more. Very soon, I'm gonna be getting another 2 species that are gonna be living out here. So as soon as I get them, you guys will know. All right, man, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Talk to you.